You ever notice that so many things in your life get better when your communication health with your family is going well? But when your communication health gets off as a family, and here's what I'm talking about: your relationship, your communication relationship with your spouse, when you're just not talking to each other, or you're agitated, or maybe you're having tough conversations with your kid, maybe you're having difficult conversations with your parents, or something major has just happened in your life, a divorce, or there's mental health issues, or you just don't know how to talk to your kids about something. This is why the Speak with People podcast is devoting an entire series to our family's communication health. We're calling it Speak with Your Family. It's 4 weeks long. It starts May 17th, and each week we're going to dive into a different family communication issue so you can have a better life. You can be more prepared. You can look forward to the things that are coming. So week 1, we're going to talk about marriage. We're going to talk about our marriage communication. How many times have we had agitated or disgruntled or passive aggressive or frustrating conversations with our spouses? Or maybe your spouse doesn't communicate at all and they are even louder than if they were yelling. Well, this first week, we talked to a couple that has been married 49 years. They talked to us about the highs and the lows and how they got through the lows and how their communication really did lead the way. Week 2, we're going to talk about mental health issues. And what do you do? How do you talk about it when someone in your family is going through mental health struggles? It affects everything. If you think you can just shut it off and go to work, you can't. You bring it to work. And so the second week, we're going to talk about how to communicate when somebody in your family is going through mental health issues. And I'm really honored because our son is joining us, who went through a season with some mental health struggles. And he gives us some incredible advice, especially to family members who are trying to figure out how to communicate with their family member who's going through this. Then week 3, we talk about parenting. And we bring in one of the leading national experts on parenting, Dr. Jim Burns. This conversation was absolutely amazing. And we talk about how do we raise kids, especially in 2023 when communication has just exponentially grown. Our kids know everything. They have access to every bit of information. How do you teach them to communicate? How do you communicate to them in 2023? And then lastly, we bring in an incredible guest who walks us through how do we communicate when we go through divorce. And divorce is something that affects many, many marriages, and it's so incredibly painful. And it's even more painful when we start talking about it in negative ways and unhealthy ways. And so we have just an incredibly helpful conversation, especially if you want to have healthy communication while you're going through divorce and then afterwards. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss each week of this series, Speak with Your Family. It launches on May 17th. You can find us on the website, speakwithpeople.com/website, and then everywhere else that websites are published. Thanks so much for being a part of the Speak with People podcast community, and we look forward to your communication in your families improving.